This time?
Hello everyone. We're just checking the streams out right now. Sorry for the technical difficulties. We were having a little bit of lag there. Hopefully we should be back. I've got an eye on my other screen here, so I'm just making sure that we're looking okay.
Yeah, that seems to have done it, hopefully.
We're looking good. Alright, just keep an eye on stream.
Okay.
We'll try and keep moving forward with this. If it becomes an issue, we'll just do it off stream and just record it, and I'll upload it to YouTube if we need to.
Alright,
And
let me hit the record then. So as we're kind of walking through, Droghar notices it's getting really quiet. And he notices people saying his name, like whispering his name. And kind of like talking and like looking over people's shoulders and stuff, and he's getting really, really uncomfortable. And he's just looking at the ground.
So just to get so just because it's technically a new stream, just for the uploading and moving it onto YouTube to catch people up. The whole group is now moving into the Goliath Camp. They're walking through. People have started to recognize Droghar, and are starting to whisper and talk. The rest of the group is walking with him, except for Aries, who is invisible and following behind the group. She managed to succeed in her stealth roll, so the group is currently walking through as Droghar heads towards meeting with his father. So, just because it's going to be a separate recording on YouTube, I just want that little kind of catch up. But Droghar, if you start to kind of look through the crowd, you also start to like recognize some faces. You start to kind of see a few people that you used to know and a few faces that you maybe remembered. And you're kind of, starting to feel that embarrassment, starting to feel that, should I be here sort of feeling. And then you look over and you see an individual that you definitely realise. You see Auric. Let me just get the last name again. Auric Nalakutha. And you recognise him as the person who was actually going to execute you. Who was named to execute you before you ran.
Drogar's ears start burning. He starts feeling his pulse in his neck. He does not make eye contact.
And the person that that was going to kill you, Auric, was actually, the whole reason that you were going to be killed, obviously, was for killing one of the Goliaths. And it was actually a relative of his. That's why he was chosen. So he immediately sees you and immediately starts to stare. You see him he pushes through a little bit, but isn't trying to make his way to you quite yet. He's more standing and observing at the moment.
I glance, make like very brief eye contact, and then just look at the ground.
As you guys kind of come to the center of the camp, you realize that it's set up in this almost like circular like kind of valley. And the very center of it is this massive like tent and hut that's set up. And Droghar, you recognize this as the chief's tent. So you now know this is where your father will reside. And you see the guards like stick their axes out across the front of you guys. Wait here. You will announce your presence, and if he deems that he wants to see you, you will be allowed to enter. One of the guards enters the tent. And at this point, as you're standing there, you see a lot of Goliath starting to kind of shuffle and turn and look, and a lot of conversation starting to happen as people start to recognize you.
I'm just looking around, kind of looking at just like out of focus, just faces and the markings on their chest and their face and their arms, seeing how they're somewhat kind of similar to mine, but different in their own way, seeing their clothing and how they carry themselves and their weapons. He's just taking everything in.
And as you're taking everything in, you're just looking at this area, and you kind of keep glancing at the tent, seeing and just waiting for him to come out, and the guard to come out and give a verdict, and you see the massive like ice kind of pillars round about it, and you start to feel this kind of foreboding feeling and this kind of heavy weight in you, and eventually, after a few moments, the guard comes back out and he says he will see you.
I just nod.
Just you.
Understood.
And he steps to the side to allow Droghar to kind of walk in. The rest of you are basically just held there with the other guard. As you step forwards, this guard holds the tarp back. And you enter. And it's a fairly big tent. It's equivalent of almost like a small one level home. And you are able to kind of move past a couple of kind of blocked off tarp ways. And eventually you enter the main area of this tent.
Is there anybody else in here besides him?
You see a few people kind of mulling about in the other corridors and stuff, like the other areas of the tent. And then as you come into the main area, you see a few people kind of tending to him, and a few kind of some of the well-known warriors that you'll have known that worked for your father or fought with him. And as they're standing talking with him, you see your father sitting on equivalent of almost like a stone throne in the middle of the tent, listening to them.
All Drogar's trying to do is get his eyes, trying to meet his dad's eyes.
He doesn't raise his eyes to you, and he keeps looking down.
Droghar kind of steps forward a little bit and cranes his neck forward and a little over to try to get in his dad's line of sight.
Your dad's kind of cracks his neck a little and pushes his shoulders back. Everyone, leave us. You see them kind of starting to gather their stuff and starting to leave. Now! You see all these people rushing and grabbing stuff and moving and rushing out. Your father still doesn't look up at you and says, "Come forward."
I step forward very, very slowly and cautiously, not breaking eye contact with him. Eye contact.
Are all of us in here?
No, just Droghar. The rest of you are all outside.
Can I sneak in?
You can see if you can try and sneak in if you want.
Can I try and sneak in?
Make me a stealth check with advantage if you're invisible.
Okay.
Please don't fail.
I know.
Oh no, 27.
Gosh, dude.
You're...
Oh.
He doesn't notice Aries in here. You see your father, he's, even for a Goliath, he is very imposing. You see him kind of sitting, and his skin color's kind of the same, almost bluish as you. And where you've got some of the stripes across your body, you see so many more wrapped on him. But his body also is covered with scars across his chest and across his face. He's has no shirt on, but almost has gauntlets and arm guards up each of his arms. Just sits with a massive, imposing battle axe sitting next to his throne.
Will you not look at me, father?
Why have you returned home, Droghar?
I know it's been a long time since we've talked. Since you've seen me. A lot has changed, but I have no right. But I've come to ask for your help. If you will hear me out. I promise you this. If what I say...
He stands up, puts his hand out. Stop talking.
Droghar his shoulders just fall.
You see Elig, Strongrock, and Goliath stand to his feet and steps down each of the steps. There's like 3 or 4 stairs leading up to his throne, and he kind of steps down them, and with every boot step you feel, Droghar almost feels like as if the tent is shaking, just with the imposing presence of his father.
Drogar's not scared. He's just like overcome with emotion, just seeing his dad.
Why would you come back? Do you not even realize the position you have put me in?
Will you allow me to speak, Father?
I'm allowing you to live longer than the tribe would like. That should be thanks enough.
What would you like, Chieftain?
I would like an explanation that is satisfactory, but I fear that I will not get that.
I know I brought shame to you, most importantly, but to also our clan. There's not a day that goes by that I don't think about what I did. But
You are a traitor, Droghar.
I know.
You killed one of our clan.
I know.
And over what? Over a stupid animal?
It's not stupid animal, Father.
You killed one of your brothers over an animal whose meat we eat, whose furs we wear. And that was enough for you to kill another Goliath.
Father, do we teach cruelty? Or do we teach survival? We are strong. You are strong. This tribe is strong. We teach survival. We teach only the strong survive. We do not teach cruelty. And I could not stand by and let him do what he was doing to that animal, regardless.
That was not your call to make. We do not teach cruelty, no, but he would have been punished if he was cruel. You slaughtered him, Droghar. You slaughtered a Goliath in cold blood. You brought shame on our family name. You brought shame on me. And the restoration of that family name was going to be in your honorable death. And you could not even do that. You ran! You ran like a coward.
But I'm back.
And I wish you hadn't.
Let me speak my piece.
No, you have been gone for so many years. Do you know what I have gone through? What I had to do to get to where I am. I lost my position. I was the lowest of the low. Do you know how hard I had to prove myself to be the one worthy to success our chief? And he died in glorious battle. I had to pull myself up to that. I had to prove myself over and over again. And now I sit here as a chief with the whole clan eyes on me. And a traitor walks into our tent. They want me to walk out with your head held high, Droghar. I already know this. And now you've put me in a position where I have to choose whether I am worthy enough to still lead our people, or I bring shame on our own family name again, or kill my own son. Why would you do this to me?
You basically killed me when you did not stick up for me as a kid. I was already dead. You said nothing.
Dead is better than coward.
I am your son.
You are a traitor and a thief.
A
You
thief?
dare walk in here. You dare walk in here brandishing my sword.
Was this not my birthright?
Not for a coward who runs. That was meant to be yours, but you brought so much shame on us. You think I still owe you my blade? Did you take it when you run?
Droghar pulls the blade out and throws it at his dad's feet. Take the damn blade. If you don't want me to have it, I don't want it. And I am not the same boy that you remember when I ran. I've been in more battles than you can imagine. I've sailed seas to save friends. I fought archfays. I fought witches. I fought a fairy dragon. I've been to other worlds. And I have the scars to prove it. And he pulls it back and shows a scar across his chest from Bloodforge. And he leans in close and shows the scars across his face. And he slaps his metal arm. You may have known me as a coward, father, but I am not a coward any longer. And I come here asking for help. And I humbly ask that you hear my request. And if you do not like it, kill me. Take my life. Here and now. Where I stand. I will not resist. And as he says it, his lip is just like uncontrollably like quivering. And like his eyes are starting to well up.
Make me a persuasion roll with advantage.
I don't even know what my persuasion is. I got a 17.
You see your father's kind of look off for a moment and initially raises his fist as if he's going to punch you and is like, damn it, Droghar.
Father, there is an enemy made of metal and hate on its way here. It destroys everything it touches, and it will not stop until it's covered this entire land, including this mountain. I am here because our tribe is the strongest left. The strongest people left. They're like the only people left. This is this world's only hope, Father. And the reason I came, because I was the only person who had any sort of connection. I'm not asking for forgiveness. I know I will never get that. I know I brought you shame. I know I brought this tribe shame. And I cannot imagine what you lived through when I ran. But as a son, as a warrior, I am asking for your help. Please, Father. If you do not do this, everyone will die, including everyone here.
You see him stop for a moment. See him processing and thinking things through. Droghar. I never wanted you to have to go. I did not speak up when you were young. Perhaps I should have. We are old and set in our ways. And I have lived like that, and I have been chief now for many years. And you ran. Part of me was grateful. Did not want to see my son die.
I know. That's why I ran.
I wanted you to live a good life away from here.
I have lived a good life, Dad. But there's not a day that goes by that I don't think about what I did, or you. Not a day.
I want to help you, Droghar, but I am chief now. I cannot put behind what happened. You have to make it right. You have to make it right with tribe. And you have to make it right with Orak. Who killed his family member. You have to make it right with him. He bends down and picks up your sword. He hands it to you. This is yours.
Are you sure?
It was always meant for you.
I took really good care of it.
I know you would. And it sounds like you have had many battles, many great victories.
She says you have no idea.
I want to hear all about them. But first, we must make this right. You come in as a traitor. Speak with the chief and bring a bunch of outsiders with you. If this is not made right immediately, if I do not, the rest of the tribe will slaughter you all.
What do you think I should do? How can I make it right with him?
As chief, I can make the decision for unarmed combat. For you and Orak to fight.
Okay.
You took in battle, you took in fight. And I will not lie, if he wins, he will probably kill you. that if you can win and you can show your heart of a warrior, that can make it right. But you have to make it right, otherwise the tribe will not listen.
I understand.
Doesn't matter what I say, they will know it came from you, Ed.
I understand.
Let's do this.
As we kind of walk to the opening of the tent, I just kind of look over at him and say, I love you.
Kind of pat you like kind of that on the side of the head. I love you too, son. And he kind of does that dad thing, like where he's patted you and he just shoves your head sort of thing. And he comes out, and at this point the tribe's all basically staring at the tent waiting. The rest of y'all are getting a bit nervous standing outside the tent as like you're now surrounded by Goliath and they're looking a bit. Best way I can describe it is ravenous and hungry. But you're not quite sure what that means, if they're going to eat you or if they're going to kill you just early, but it's enough to start getting a bit nervous.
I don't know if they've decided, actually.
Eglig comes out and raises his hand. My people, as you can see, my son Droghar has returned to the camp. You start to hear a lot of people starting to chat, and a lot of boos and a lot of shouting. Yes, he has betrayed our laws. He killed one of our own tribe and he left without facing the justice of the blade. But he has come back after many years, and he is seeking to make it right. He points over. Orak, you were not allowed your opportunity to fight Droghar, to take his life. But my son has come requesting trial by combat. It is time. You two will fight. You two will face each other. Unarmed combat. If you can best him, his life is yours to do with as you wish.
Droghar looks at Oryx and just slowly nods.
Droghar can win, then his honor is restored, as is his family name. Do you accept? Oryx kind of steps forward. I accept.
Droghar just nods.
So you all kind of head over to this essentially fight pit. Not that much different than, you know, the fight pit at the Proving Ground. Obviously just a lot more primitive and basic, but essentially the same idea. A duck pit to knock crap out each other. Lilith, TBD, and Rezz are all still like held by guards, because you're still outsiders in the camp at this point. Aries, make me another stealth check with advantage, just because you're I'm assuming you've came outside the tent to the group.
Oh yeah.
So.
Oh yeah. 27 again.
Yeah, you're absolutely hidden. None of the Goliaths notice you. The Droghar, you step into the pit. Your sword taken from you.
I bend down.
Has his
I get on my knee.
weapons and armor taken off.
I get down on my knee and I put my metal arm out and I shoot the sword out and then I step on it with my other foot and just snap it off at the base.
You see him.
I guess he isn't
stretching.
killing any more birds.
Not with that one anyway. And you see Auric stretching himself out.
Droghar takes his furs off and takes his one gauntlet off. Just tosses it to the side.
Rezz, you just hear something in your ear. I hope they don't get naked again.
I try to find Aries in the crowd. I don't see her, but then I see Lilith. I try to make eye contact. And just kind of a little bit of a smirk and a nod. And then I look at Rezz and just a curt nod. And I just go.
Auric hasn't taken his eyes off you. I have waited a long time for this, Droghar.
I'm sorry about your brother.
Today you lose your life.
We shall see.
He immediately charges and jumps. Superman punch coming at you.
Okay.
What is your unarmored AC? Is it still 14?
Yeah, it's 4. Well, without the gauntlet, it's 13.
13. Yeah. He rolls a 9. I rolled a 19, so he comes in with this massive punch and just smacks you for 13 points of damage.
Okay.
Right across your jaw. And you feel the hit of this. It's a long time for you to felt another Goliath like bashing into you.
He kind of drops to his knees, turns his head, spits out a tooth. Kind of wipes his face.
I whisper into Rezz's ear. Hey, freaky do, Rezz. If this goes south, get that portal ready.
Okay.
Rezz has no idea where this voice is coming from.
That's kind of weird.
Droghar goes into a rage. And he's on his knee, but he immediately comes up and tries to bear hug him. Like, kind of go around his back and bear hug him from the back.
Yep. Make me a grapple check, opposed.
You got a nat 20, didn't you?
Yeah.
I got a 23,
course.
but it wasn't nat 20.
You come round the back of him and try to like grab your hands, and he like bears down and grabs your wrists and starts to force your arms out.
So am I grappled then?
You're not grappled. He kind of steps and flips you.
Okay.
You don't take any damage from it, but you're like onto your back from there.
So I'm on my back in front of him, and I'm gonna use my extra attack to kind of roll back and kick him in the jaw.
All right, go for it. Roll attack.
It's been so long since I did unarmor attack. I got an 18.
18 hits.
Okay. I guess would it be an unarmed strike?
Yeah,
Okay.
it would count as an unarmed strike, I would say. So what's that?
It's 5
8
points.
plus 5?
No, it's just 5 points of damage.
Just 5 points?
Yeah.
Okay, you roll back and give him a kick. I'll boost it a little bit because it's coming through the kick because it's Goliaths hitting each other. So
Okay.
say it's like maybe like I'll say 10 points of damage.
Okay. I'm going to action surge. So after I kick, I pop up, land on my feet, and I feel like his head would be back. I'm gonna grab the back of his head and slam the elbow into his face.
All right, roll an attack. Roll your legs back, boot, and he kind of catches him off guard. You roll through onto your feet and come in with a elbow strike.
I got a 22.
Yeah, you come in and straight to the jaw.
All right, and I get one more for the action surge. So after the elbow, I'm going to keep my hand behind his head, and I'm going to wrap my other hand around his head and just bring my knee right into his face.
All right, roll for attack.
I got a 25.
Yep, 25 hits.
So I
So-
just imagine him slamming me down. I pop up, kick him in the jaw, and I kind of like spin around. Boom, boom, just like super quick 3-hit to his dome piece.
Yeah. You see that he's like this has rocked him. He wasn't expecting this much of a fight out of you. Like it absolutely kind of staggers him for a moment, and you see him like
Droghar-
shaking the cobwebs loose and trying to get back.
Droghar kind of lowers his stance and widens his arms and his shoulders, and does not take his eyes off Orc.
Orc comes in to try and grapple with you, so pull strength check.
I got a 19.
Yeah, you beat him on that, so he comes in to grapple with you, but he's still rocked, and you're able to fend it off.
I just kind of
Yeah, he tries
sidestep and like push his head as he comes through.
As you push through, he tries to kick back and kick at the back of the room. He got a 16.
Okay.
So as you kind of push him through, he like kicks in the back of your like right knee, and you drop like just instinctively with the way the joint works and go down. And I'll say you take probably just a couple of points of damage from that, nothing
Okay.
major from that one. But he turns around to try and smack you in the back of the head. And he gets that.
Okay.
I'll say for that it's about 8 points of damage.
Okay.
So as you push him through, he and as you go down, he just smacks the back of the head.
Yeah, I just slam on the snow. My face just buried in it.
Just accept your fate, Droghar.
I'm not the same boy you remember, Oric. And as I do that, I push up really fast and swing my leg around to hit him in the face. I got a 15.
Yeah, 15 hits.
So I just catch him on the side of the jaw with the back of my heel as I push up and spin around.
Yeah, boom. You catch him and he staggers him again, like he's like been rocked a few times now. He was not expecting this.
And I'm a few steps away, and I pivot on my back foot and run and jump, and I do the same exact punch that he started with. It's basically just a Superman punch, and right across the bridge of his nose.
Alright.
I got a 17.
Yep, 17 hits.
And I just kind of step back again with a wider stance.
You
And
come in,
I slowly dip
boom
my
with that,
hand.
and he like hits the ground, and like you can see he's still conscious, but like he is staggered from that.
I look for my dad in the crowd just to try to make eye contact.
You see him watching over. No expression on his face. He's completely in chief mode, just observing the battle.
I kind of dip down a little bit without taking eye contact off Oric and put my knuckles in the snow. And like kind of grind him into the snow a little bit. And then I stand back up. Still like wide stance. Hands outspread.
He's gonna pull himself back up to his feet and just comes at you kind of guarded. Now he knows that you're a bit more of a fighter and comes in and goes to get a body shot on you and comes in and you kind of duck out the throat of the first one. Comes in again with the other side. This one catches you right in the ribs for about 13 damage, and you could feel it
I just like
right on the rib.
just a river of blood just shoots out of my mouth when he hits me.
All right.
And you do
can
that,
I-
you kind of.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
And just as he's finishing that off, is like, and you kind of drop down, he comes running with like a punt to the head. And you take another, I'll say 10 points of damage for that, and he just
Okay.
boots you right in the face, and you drop to the ground like.
I just
rocked.
I feel like I would like flip over and like roll over. It's like blood's like running down my face. And I take snow and I just wipe it on my face.
As this is going on,
Well, let's let Aries go first because she was trying to say
Sorry.
I
something.
was trying to
Sorry.
stop Aries.
Oh my god. Okay,
Don't do anything
No.
stupid, guys.
I'm gonna do something stupid.
Oh,
Alright.
God.
Great.
So I'm gonna uninvisible myself, but I'm gonna also at the same time disguise myself as
Okay.
as a Goliath, but I can't like grow taller, but I'm like this stocky short Goliath, and I'm gonna start taking bets.
Okay, that's not where I thought you were going with this.
Nice.
I would like to point out you're going to cause a bit of a commotion because there are no 5-foot Goliaths here.
I know, but I think, no.
I'll sidestep, just away from Aries. I'm not gonna stand
Oh, this is
close.
awesome.
Do I get any bets?
I don't know what to
Roll for bet.
All right, roll for deception.
Oh.
And how good your deception is on this roll, depending if you
Oh.
actually get any bets with people.
Alright. Nat 20 plus 11.
Yes!
Nice.
All right.
You-
We
That's
split that
31,
money.
man.
We split that money.
Alright, so I'm going to roll a percentage dice.
Oh
and I'll
gosh,
zero
this
to
is
the end of
hilarious.
whatever I get for how much gold is bet.
I am actively dying on the battlefield, and she's taking bets.
Well, that's what we used to do. You're fighting, I'm collecting bets. I'm just going back to what we always
The
did.
Goliaths
Yep.
That's so funny.
immediately start betting, and they have bet between them a collection of 900 gold.
Dang.
Come on. Come
On
on,
Auric.
Droghar. Huh?
Come on, Droghar.
They've all bet it on Auric because Drogar's the traitor. They want him to lose, and they believe Auric's going to win.
Hmm.
So if Drogar wins this, you basically have got 900 gold.
Yes.
Dang.
Come
Holy
on.
mother, dude.
You see, it was a good stupid idea.
As I see this, I'm like,
Good stupid ideas are the best ideas in D&D.
I walk up to Aries and be like, "Here's 5 gold on Droghar." I just hand it to you.
Why? Wait, I gotta get the accent. Hold on. Thank you.
They
Oh, wait,
look at her like.
It's
All
no
I'm going to
problem.
say is with that accent, you're lucky you rolled a nat 20.
It's no problem. No problem.
I'll be honest, I don't even know how much gold I actually have.
Probably not a lot. Rezz
I'm
has
gonna
spent
say
the last how many
5.
years jumping universes, so goodness
Yeah.
knows what money he's got in his bank.
I have like 5, I would assume. At,
Use
at the
Kristen. You
best.
get
I think it's
10%.
Use
a good
Kristen.
bet that he has 5.
Kristen. Just use Kristen. You get 10%.
Oh gosh, dude, this is hilarious.
Alright. So you're lying in
So-
the snow, Drogar. Like,
And I just kind of,
You're
I'm on
lying in the snow.
my knees, and I just take a huge pile of snow and just rub it on my face and over my head, and washing the blood off my face. Kind of wring my hands out and stand back up. That was a good hit. And I run up to him. I run right up to him and kind of duck under his arm, and I try to grapple him from the back again. Like suplex
alright,
style.
give me a strength check.
Alright, I got a 26.
You get him.
So I grab him, and he is heavy. I feel like he's way bigger than me, right? He's bigger than me, right?
Oh yeah, he's
Yeah.
bigger than you.
So I grab him from the back, and I'm like, and I lift him up. I get on my tippy toes and bend my back and just slam him as hard as I can on the top of his back, right under his head.
I will say, I'm gonna go complete suplex city with this one. You come under his arm, grapple him round the waist, lift, and it's like there's almost that like stalled during suplex where like they hold, and the Goliath just watches you hold this massive Goliath, and then boom. But like you, on the 26 you don't let go of the grip.
Mm-hmm.
And as he starts fighting up to his waist, you've still got the waist lock on. And do it again for a second time. And then maintain it for one last, and then lift him and release this one.
And on this one, I jump in the air on the last one. I'm like lift off of my feet and just almost pile drive him on the back of his head.
He lands at the back of his head and shoulders and and lands on the ground, and his head just falls to the side. He is out cold.
Bits are closed.
There's a stunned silence over the Goliaths. And you see your father stepping forward and holds his hands out. Your choice. Spare or end.
I walk up to Oric. And I kind of kneel down to him, and I place my hand under the back of his head. I feel like he's kind of waking up. And then I just look at him and I'm like, you hit hard, man. And I kind of put my hand out for him to grab it.
He's kind of starting to come to again. It's like, yeah, you hit hard too.
And I stand up, and as I stand up, I kind of yank him up.
Takes your hand, pulls himself up.
Rip his arm off.
And I look at him. I am truly sorry about your brother. I am not the same boy you remember, which is why I came back. I hope this in some way repays some of the debt that I owe you.
He kind of nods. It's been many years since his death. There you were better, man. You see your father, a signal. That is the end of combat. Droghar, Nagalathai has earned his place back with the clan.
I come shuffling up next to Rezz with like 2 big bags of gold, still as like a mini Goliath, and be like, "Good job."
I look at this like
I
mini.
went out of that.
I look at this mini Goliath and I'm like,
All the Goliaths are starting to like cheer and roar.
I give you tingles.
I put my hand up.
And they all kind of start cheering, like to celebrate, like, and it's them all wanting to go for a drink and celebrate.
I put my hand up.
TBD accidentally kind of points out. It's like, oh, are you buying drinks then? One of the Goliaths overhears her. Like 2 of the Goliaths like pick up Aries in her little form and start heading over to the bar.
You
Like,
didn't tell me.
I say, you're now paying for drinks.
Yes.
Hold up, before they leave, I have my hand up as everybody's kind of roaring. I have Droghar. I would like to speak. And I look at my father, and I kind of like raise my eyebrows. I would like to speak.
Droghar, you may speak your piece.
The reason I come here today is to reclaim my family's honor. This is not the only reason, though. Goliaths, you are strong. Strongest in the land. Which is why I'm here. There is an enemy on his way. Stronger than any of you've ever faced. Made of metal and hate. They destroy everything they touch. And they will wipe every one of us out. I ask for your help. For your fight. This entire land is asking for our tribe to rise up. We are the last hope against this abomination. Do what you were born to do. Will you fight with us?
I go, yeah!
As you cheer, everyone else goes, ah!
And I kind of just lift my hands up. I'm not like in full hype mode now. I just keep lifting my hands up.
Droghar! Droghar! Droghar!
I'll make some fireworks
Droghar, Droghar,
with
Droghar.
my druid
And I
power as a
Droghar grabs his sword, Stonebreaker, and holds it in the air as high as he can.
Droghar, Droghar, Droghar.
I know your sword can do it, but I just do it for you. I use Druidcraft, and your sword catches on fire.
Nice.
So it looks really badass.
You're gonna freak everybody out.
Droghar has become wizard.
And I just spin the blade around and shove it in the ground.
Your father walks up to you. It is good to have you home, son.
I grab the back of his head and just put our foreheads together and just stay there for a moment.
Come, let us go drink, celebrate your return.
I did not tell you this,
Then-
Father, but I have like new recipe for beer. It's like
Milk.
the best. I promise you never had anything like it. It's
Are
good.
you sure? You've tried these recipes before, son, and they
Well, like
were horrible.
the people
before.
that I came with, they like really weak beer. Like they did
I like how
not,
Drogar's voice got higher all of a sudden.
I know.
they did not know beer
I-
like we know beer.
I no longer have to pretend to be manly.
I can be myself
I
now.
waddle up.
Sorry.
I waddle up and I go, no, it's true. His beer's good.
He looks at you. Who the hell are you?
Oh,
Are you hopping
sorry.
in the ring? Are they still in the ring, by the way?
Yeah, they're still in the ring, and it's like Aries is just Goliath. Like, you did not tell me that you found drunk Goliath on your travels.
I don't actually.
And then suddenly I just kind of go, I'm like, oh, sorry. I go, poof, and now I'm like a fluffy cat.
This is
Oh.
Father.
Do you know Rod Goliath that turns into kitty cat?
Father.
This is new.
I would like for you to meet my sister, basically. This is Aries. She's been with me since the beginning.
I'll step down and join Aries.
This
It's good to meet you. You're definitely bigger than I thought.
It's a
Father.
pleasure to meet you all.
she's amazing fighter. For her size, like she's really tiny. I get that, but amazing fighter. And this guy, I pull in Rezz. This guy, I taught him everything he know about fight, but man, he's so good. He's like getting better every day. It's amazing.
Multi-dimensional assassin. But pleased to meet you, sir.
Or a protege of Droghar. Either one works.
Just give Droghar the credit. It's okay.
I can't.
And I look over at him, I'm like, he's my dad, man. Come on.
He taught me a few
Everything
things.
he knows is what he meant. I taught him everything he
Yeah,
knows.
dude. Yeah, he taught me like everything I know. Shut up.
I told you. And this, and
He kind of looks at you, arguing with yourself, like, your friends are very strange, Droghar.
and this is
But
this is TBD. She's awesome. She's kind of a little strange, but she is incredibly powerful. And we actually went to a world like the Feywild. You know Feywild. Yeah, it was crazy. She's been with us
and
almost
ever
since
since
the beginning.
TBD turns on a Goliath. Can all your friends do this? Is this a thing?
No.
It's
I wish I
just
could be
TBD.
that big.
And this, Father, this is Lilith. She loves.
Girlfriend.
She loves flowers, and her eyes remind me of the sunset. She has been with us for a little bit. She's awesome, and she's sister of Soraya. And he just kind of walks away.
Love.
Hi, I'm the newbie.
Well, it is nice to meet all of Drogar's friends, and I am very honored to meet the people he has been spending his time with, and I'm very glad I do not have to kill you all.
We're
Oh,
glad
Me too.
that you are not going to kill
Cause
us.
when I was in that tent earlier, I thought I was gonna have to step in, but then you guys got all mushy, so I left.
I
You were
don't
in the
want to
tent?
die.
Yeah, I was.
Really?
It is
Aries?
sacred tent. No one but Goliath is allowed in there.
Hey, I wasn't gonna let you get killed.
Aries, you could not have stopped him. If he wanted to kill me, I would be dead.
But I would have died for you. Because that's what I do, Droghar.
See, this is why I love her. And then he kind of like hugs her and puts his head like just try to leans his head down on top of hers, and he realizes he can't reach it.
Just like,
Dang it.
but honestly, Goliath, sir, I would give my life for Droghar. And he gave his life for me. He saved me.
I'm glad he has got such a loyal friend.
Sir,
Even if your blood would have polished my axe. I'm glad he has a loyal friend.
sir,
That's fair.
do we
That is fair.
have your permission and full reign to move around your village?
Yes, you are now free. You are part of Drogar's extended tribe, so you can travel around the village. Be careful on personal tent and chieftain tent. Those are for Goliath only, but anywhere else you may travel.
I won't enter again. I
We will
couldn't see
set up a
Droghar die.
place for you also to stay if you wish to stay night. I imagine you probably will. It is a long trek down the mountain.
Yes. And then I tap Droghar on like the arm. And I'm like, I got 900 gold.
What? And then I look at my dad real
Um,
quick, and I just cover my mouth.
890.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I'm like,
Oh.
Anybody want to
That's-
drink? Let's drink.
Yes. Let us have a drink, my son, the first time in a long time. And let me hear of the stories of your great adventures and great battles since you have left us.
As we walk away, I'm like, Father, I fought in Fighting Pit and I won. I'm like champion of Andriesia. Like, it's like a real deal.
I would expect nothing less from my boy, and he like puts his hand on your shoulder and is kind of walking with you towards the bar.
and I got 900 gold.
FYI, all the Goliaths are putting the drinks that they're having on the tap for you right now. Just because you got down and left in doesn't mean that you're not still paying for the drinks.
Oh my gosh, dude, that's so funny.
Bear in mind these are Goliaths drinking, so that 900 gold might disappear very quickly if you stay till tomorrow.
No!
Bedtime.
I earned it! Okay, I'm cutting everyone off. One drink.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah.
One drink and I'm like, yeah, no.
Droghar goes
That's
behind the
essentially the
counter.
economy here in the camp,
Let
is that
me
everybody
keep-
paid
let
for
me
big
keep at least a
warriors, and then
little bit.
they all pay money to get drinks, and then they all get paid out of that to be warriors again. And so basically the money's just like cycling between the bar and them.
Yeah.
So
Let me at least keep a little bit of it, because that was a good idea.
Should we
Why are
It
we
was a
even
good idea,
paying
you
for
can keep some money.
drinks?
should we use
Drink
this
should
time
be-
to gear up?
A basic right.
Yeah. That is actually a good point, Lilith. Drogar's gonna go behind the counter and start making his home brew.
There you go.
That is a good point, though, Caleb. I do want to ask about new gauntlets for Droghar, or if they have
I wanna
any
gear up
like
with-
armor or whatever.
yeah. So all of you kind of take the time to go to the bar and you start conversing and talking with the Goliaths. They're all in a fairly happy mood and fairly chatty. You know, drinks are flowing. Droghar, you and your father talk for quite some time as you tell him all about what's been happening since you left.
I feel like we're just sitting at the bar, like super close, just kind of leaned in towards each other, just kind of chatting real low, clinking glasses.
He's hearing all about the adventures, all about the stuff in Union City, the fighting with the council, the sailing the ship with Arrow and going to Alloy and Typhon and fighting monsters and the original battle with the Reforged and going to the Fae to save Arrow and take on Valron and his minions and traveling to another universe. And I cannot believe you have done all this, Droghar.
I did not set out to do all this, but I've learned that caring for things weaker than you is not weakness. It's strength. Like, that's what makes me strong. And I know that's like counter to how we do things as Goliaths, but I don't think it's a bad thing.
It is a new way of thinking. Maybe it's something the Goliaths will start to look to. I would not bet on it anytime soon. But I am glad you have earned a place with us again.
As am I, Father. This makes me...
Even if you are a little bit different.
This makes me... I can't describe how happy this makes me.
As you're kind of also talking with your father and look around, you also see another like little hut that you recognize, Droghar, of Gavea, the shaman of the tribe who you knew. You have not seen them out and about or around anything, but you see their little hut over, still as part of the homes that you recognize, still where it was when you left.
I kind of like just motioned to the group, our group, my family group, not my dad, but us. I'm going to step out for a second. I see someone that I haven't seen in a long time. I'll be right back.
Did you have another girl?
No. Her name is Gavea. She's the shaman. She's like 150 years old. No.
I wouldn't put it past you. All right.
I mean, Errol did have that turtle lover, so
Arrow was weird.
you guys were best
Yeah.
friends.
He was my best friend, but he was also weird. Those things
fair.
Can both be true.
That is
Okay.
true.
Arrow
Aries
was a
just
chump.
starts playing like a jig on her pan flute and tries to get like almost like a Kaylee going, like kind of like that kind of sort of jig, just like very be dancey music.
As you start playing, some of the Goliaths start dancing. Some of the Goliaths attempt to get up and dance and fall. Like they're
Yes.
deep into their drinking at this point. Like it's chaos. It is utter
Every time
chaos.
someone falls, I like bounce a little bit.
I'll go up to Droghar's father and take a seat next to him. Sir, your people and your son are most remarkable.
Thank you. As are my son's friends. You, from the stories he has told me, you are all remarkable too.
I hope you know what you're getting into with this fight. And I lean down on the floor because are we like in an enclosed, or is it more like a hut kind of?
It's more like a
Dirt
hut. It's more
floor.
like a it's more like a like the street vendors you see in films that are like there's a little bar area with stools at it, but it's like it's enclosed, but like it's all out in the open like area and stuff and tables.
I'll reach down and pull a little bit of dirt and put it on the bar, and then wave my hand over it to form with Druid a little bit of both of mold earth and Druid craft to form what looks like a reforge from my memory of it. That's what you're up against. That's what we're up against. There's
We've
a lot
heard
of them.
Little bits and pieces of these metal men. You know, as we traveled down the mountain every so often, we would hear bits and pieces, but over the last few years, it has gone very quiet. We have not heard much from anything.
I come over and sit down too after I got the Goliaths all rumbled up. I come over and sit down too.
Because
Causing
they're all-
chaos and leaving them that to it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's because they're all gone, sir. All of them. The city painted with blood. And I say all this as I know this is time for celebration. But we must prepare, because we don't know when they'll strike. They're coming.
I don't know how familiar you are, Goliath.
I'm not. Besides your son.
We are ready. We are warriors. Each man here, each woman here, regardless of alcohol, regardless of having fun, if they walked through our gates, I promise you none of them would leave. We would fight. We will battle. And if my son is asking for help against these because no one else can stand, then the Goliaths will be the ones to overcome them. We will dismantle these metal men. We do not fear death. We find honor in dying on the battlefield. They take our lives, and we have fought for a good cause, and we have died for a good cause.
I think with the Reforged, though, it's easy to die with them. It's harder to live. Because what they'll do is they actually won't let you die. If they're able, they reforge you into one of them.
It's like Droghar's hand. From what I understand, he lost. They cut it off.
Mm-hmm.
They replaced it. They upgrade you.
Until there's nothing left of yourself. We
As
were
you're-
able to save.
As we're talking about this, I'm
Yeah.
kind of like moving the reforged, like this little dirt reforge, and kind of like showing almost like a visual of what happens.
You see, we were able to rescue one of our comrades from the pirate ship before he was fully downloaded with the software that they have, so he was able to keep his mind. But that was just. Dying is easy. To live and to beat them, that's what's going to be the hard part.
Yeah. I think we could do it, though. And I look around, I'm like,
We have battled many enemies, many monsters, and they have fallen before us. These Reforged will be no different. We will pick them apart. We will take back the land.
If you guys, honestly, if we can just get to the leader, I honestly think if we take down the leader, it's like a snake with no head. they'll just not know what to do.
I agree.
So if you could just create a path, a way for us to get to the leader. All of us will do our best to take him out. Because if we take him out, I think the rest would be easy.
I think we can do that. I think we can take them down.
Good eye.
Can buy you time.
We appreciate that. And, one last thing. It was really hard losing Droghar. How did you handle having your child out there, knowing that you don't know how they feel about you?
At this, Aries just gets up and just kind of puts my hand on his shoulder to give him privacy. Because I know what he's trying to ask.
I recently found out my daughter's alive. And, trying to kill me. She is an assassin like myself, and, I don't know what to do.
Don't know if I am the right person for advice on this. I spent many years without my son. Many years choosing obligation over him. I cannot tell you whether I was right or wrong. Family is important, but when you are a father, it is different.
I know the two options that are presented to me. If I allow her, if I allow her to continue to live and she doesn't turn, she's gonna hurt more and more people. I would have to kill her. I don't want to do that. I want to convince her to stop. But I don't know if I'm strong enough. If I would have to kill her. I don't know if I can.
For a warrior, it is easy to kill. It is easy to switch off and take someone's life. For us, strength truly comes from whether or not we can deny that. And speaking as a father, not that I am necessarily the best example for a father should do, but if there is a chance to save your daughter, to save her soul, put her on a good path. And that is what you should do. Even if it costs you yourself.
Yeah.
We are meant to sacrifice for our children. I did not. And look at all Droghar has done. And all that I have missed because of this. I do not know your daughter and your situation, but if you are worried that you are pitted against her, There is no way to save her soul if she is dead. You have one chance to do that. Well, you are still alive, then try. And if it costs you your life, at least she still lives. Maybe it can be saved by someone else down the line. But if you take her life, she will never have that chance at redemption. And as a parent, some things are more important than our lives.
Yeah. Like the bartender, and I'll do like wave for some drinks, and I'll slide him over one. Thanks.
He picks it up and family
Family.
to our descendants.
Aye.
May they be better than us.
A nod. Throw it back.
We're gonna cut over to Droghar. He heads over to the tent of Gavea.
Yeah,
Muted.
I stand outside the tent for a second. And I kind of lightly pound the frame of her door. Go there.
Yes, enter.
Kind of pull back the animal skin. Kind of duck in. And don't fully step in. I just kind of poke my shoulders and my head in.
See an older looking Goliath. Kind of having a lot of different herbs and different things that she's working with, and different things all scattered around the room. A lot of kind of natural plants and bits of animal and different things all kind of scattered around this tent. And she kind of turns around and looks at you. My. There is a face I did not think I would see again.
Sugar, like, says, may I come in?
Of course you may.
He comes in and, like, gets down, like, on his knees in front of her. Kind of holds his hands out for her hands.
He slowly moves forwards. She's older, so she's very shuffling over and takes your hands and kind of puts her hands onto your face. My, if it is not young Droghar. How the time has passed.
I just wanted to say thank you for treating me kindly and teaching me everything you did about nature and animals and everything. It's such a part of me now. And I realized from a young age I was different from everyone. And you were the only one who did not discount me for that. And I just want to say I appreciate.
Glad to see you have returned home, Droghar. Remember what I told you, different is not always bad. It is just different. Not all Goliath can see that, however, but I'm glad that you did, and I hope what you learned served you well.
I can, I don't know if I did not tell you this because I have not seen you in a long time, but I can, like, speak with animals now. I'm, like, really good at it. Like, I can do it on
Really?
command. It took a long time to learn, but it's based on what you taught me. I met moon druids in forest when I ran away. I stayed with them for a long time. They taught me a lot about nature and animals and druid craft. But I realized along the way that my path was different from that. But I still take that with me. That's part of me. That's part of who I am. As a Goliath. Again, I can't thank you enough. I do have a question though. I have a question that I think you may be able to help with. I don't want to ask Father, because I feel like embarrassed.
Of course, you can ask me anything, Droghar.
There's this this girl. Her name is Lilith. She's actually in camp right now. She's with our group. She is like when I'm around her, like it feels like different. I don't know how to say it, like I think I like her a lot, and I'm not quite sure how to tell her, or like I don't know how that works, I guess. I'd never had that happen before. It's weird. I did not like it at first.
Little Droghar is growing up. He's becoming man. If you like this girl, do you feel like you maybe fall in love with her?
Droghar doesn't answer. He's just kind of like thinking.
The fact that you have not answered pretty much tells me yes. But I will let you keep thinking. Take your time. You will catch up with the rest of us, Droghar.
Take your time.
You're a sweet boy, but it did take you some time to get there. You'll make it. Don't worry.
Do you have any
He was
advice?
in the turtle class.
Do you have any advice?
First of all, I think you need to make sure how you feel about her. Let your head catch up with your feelings. And if you do like her, you are falling in love with her and are romantically interested, then the best thing to do is usually to tell them.
I have to tell her?
If you want something to happen, then yes.
Then I can't
You want
tell.
to find out if she feels the same way, if you want to find out if you want to pursue it.
They can't tell
Maybe you
that
want
by
her
like
to become-
conversation or anything. Like it's just not like intuitive or something.
Well, you can tell by conversation, but conversation is, I like you, do you like me?
Okay.
Can I please say Aries snuck in invisible and just starts busting out laughing in the corner?
You see, I like immediately started burning some stuff and starts like stupid spirits again. Immediately like starts accidentally whacking Aries with the burning sage.
Ow! Ow!
I got one.
It worked.
Droghar just is kind of like ducking, bobbing, and weaving. But Droghar kind of wraps up the conversation with Gavea, and he kind of puts his hand behind her head and puts her head on his forehead. And says, I never told you this, but you were the closest thing I had to Mom. And I appreciate everything you did for me.
Of course. You are closest thing I had to son. Don't have children of one.
Alright, you coming to
Proud
drink?
to see who you've become.
You come to drink?
I will be there. I am working on a few things.
Alright, I'll see you in
I
a
will
little
be
bit.
there. Do not worry.
Alright, as Droghar comes out of the tent, like he kind of pops his head in, he goes, I got actually one more question. Do you know what sex is?
No! And I just like push you out.
So, as I go back to the group, I pass the tent with all the food, and they have like the best Goliath food. Like the top of the top, they have it out. So
Okay,
I grab.
explain. Goliath food.
I'm gonna explain in just a second. So
Okay.
I grabbed
Oh,
two
gosh.
massive plates, and I'm like, yes, it's been a long time since I had food this great. I'm so excited. So I was like, Lily's gonna love this. So I walk back to where everybody was, and Lilith, where are you? Are you with everybody like at the bar?
I was gonna look for Aries to have a conversation,
Okay.
Oh,
but I don't have to.
No, I'll just go to the bar, and like I'm looking for Lilith, and I don't see her, so I just sit at the bar and order a couple drinks and just put a plate next to me. And what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say I come walking in and I reappear.
Aries,
And I'm like, oh.
where's Lilith? You see Lilith? I
No,
got her like
but, oh man, I'm so...
I got her like best swamp stew with ogre toenails. It's like best thing you've ever had. It's so good.
Can I go
Oh.
ahead? Can I go ahead and say Rezz and Drogo's dad are both like plastered? And we're
Oh
just,
yeah.
we're talking like we're old pals, and then
Oh,
Hey, let me
you
tell you
enjoy that,
something.
bud.
let me tell you
I'm
something.
just so glad I got to hear that
You
conversation.
see the scythe right here? Slaughtered dozens,
Oh,
like
That's the-
60 dozens.
Doesn't
it's
this?
nothing. You should see
Alright.
the blood that I had on my battle.
Oh lord.
All right,
What?
Tolkien Asian, what were you gonna
Thousands.
say? I feel like you've been trying to talk for like the 45 minutes.
I'm just gonna. Lilith is just going to grab Aries and take her to like a quiet corner.
Oof,
Hey,
it's
Ar-
rowdy in there.
Yeah, Aries, do you buy all of this?
I mean,
Well, it sounds like to me you guys have a mean streak of just, you know, getting to know people and then them betraying you. So, I just don't like, are these Goliaths actually going to help us? Like, what with all the sudden change of heart? I don't get this.
you know, Lilith, I think that's the hardest part. Anyone can turn on you. Even a friend. So the question is, can you trust them? Probably not. But it's better to try than to not just be by yourself for the rest of your days.
See, and this is why y'all are gonna get yourselves killed.
Probably. Hey, we've been there a lot of times. But as a Tabaxi, I grew up not... Let's just say we don't really care what happens to each other. You know, there's not even partners. Alright. Tabaxis just have babies, and the guy Tabaxis just wander off. It just... There's no unity. There's no family. We're just there. So, we're by ourselves.
Except for your partner.
Yes. But me and Dream, we were unique. We decided to do something different. Because we both were tired of being alone.
Mm.
And then Droghar taught me that sometimes, most of the time, I know he could be pretty, I was gonna say stupid, but he is kind of smart, just not in the way you would expect it. But
Smart dumb.
it's smart.
Dumb but wise.
Yeah. But, you know, the greatest thing he taught me is fight for the things that you care about. Because then if you die, at least someone remembers you. But if you die alone, nobody will.
That's true.
But that means it's always worth taking a risk. Because even my partner... I mean, you don't know this because you aren't with us, but... One of our adventures, we didn't see eye to eye.
Really?
Last time I saw her, she ended up shooting me.
What?
It was by accident, but... So look. Partners can even change and grow, and the ones you thought you loved and knew aren't the ones that you love anymore. Or, well, I still love her, but I guess I just don't really know her anymore. So it's always better to take that chance. To have that hope, to have that trust. And hey, we got in some pretty cool adventures just because we decided to trust someone that was dodgy. I mean, look at the thing. I mean, yeah, we almost got eaten, but that was kind of fun.
I'm gonna try really hard to take your advice. But it's gonna be tough for me.
I can imagine. I mean, having a pirate lord as a dad, it has to be extremely confusing.
It has its moments.
But you know, any of us would give our lives for you. Just because you're here with us. And because of your sister. Because she took a chance on us and trusted us when she had no right to.
You just have to be careful because this is a vulnerability. And like you're saying, sometimes you just have to, take it on faith. But I haven't, just because I don't, I mean, it's exactly what my dad taught me. Survival of the fittest.
Mm-hmm.
And that doesn't include trusting people.
It's true. 100%. But is there anyone you would give your life for? That you care so much?
Well, it was Soraya. And the fact that she trusts you guys made me kind of trust you guys.
It's always okay if trust is slow. As long as you're trying. Droghar, he'll trust at the drop of a hat sometimes. Rezz, not the Rezz now, but the Rezz before. Absolutely. I would not trust whoever he trusted. But find your own. Find who you are. It's okay to be reserved, just also allow yourself to feel and to love. Because if you don't take that chance, you never will.
Yeah.
And be careful of people who promise the world to you too easily. Because usually that means they have something up their sleeve.
Yep. I definitely know what you mean.
I'll ask you a question.
Of course.
Where are you on Droghar? Because come on, he's trying really hard.
I mean, I like him. I'm just, taking things slowly. I don't know if I told you about my ex, but
Is he the one that you burned down his boat?
well, I burned down my dad's boat with him inside of it.
So that would be a yes.
Yeah, so I mean, he
Sheesh.
cheated on me, so I had to do something. I mean, I was just a little upset, and sometimes my powers just kind of explode, and well, that's why I went to go look for Soraya. I needed to get away from my dad.
You know, to be fair, I mean, if he cheated on you, man, I would have helped you burn that boat down too. So, that's fair.
Yeah.
Just do me a favor. If you decide not to go forward with Droghar, just be kind. He might be a big Goliath, but when he starts caring, he cares with everything he has. With no abandonment. And I just want him to get hurt.
I promise that I will always have his well-being in mind.
That's all I can ask for. Because if you do hurt him, Hyde will hunt you down.
I don't doubt that.
And she's pretty fast.
She's pretty scary.
Yeah, she gets a little bit to get used to. I'm still trying to get used to her, but... what can you do? She's a part of me now.
All right, enough of this chit-chat. Let's get drunk.
Hey, I'm all for it. I've never been drunk, but I think it's time that I try.
All right.
Oh, we can
You-
be tipsy.
Yeah.
The ladies head back to the party after that conversation. Yeah, is there anything anyone else wants to do? Any other conversations to have? Anything else that you all want to do?
Old Rezz is definitely out. Yes! Drink, 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 drink. And he
I
is
run
just-
over
The,
to
the
Rezz
Goliath
too.
camp has so many new trees and plant stuff. to grow in it.
Yeah.
Yes, there is like stuff sprouting, and he's got like there's some Goliaths around. He's like, check this out, and he like grows like these like really ornate looking like bushes and some shrubbery. He's like, ah, and
All
the
the Goliaths are like,
yeah, he does it again.
they're that drunk at this point that they're cheering anything that's going on. Anything that's looking any sort of kind of impressive.
I'll walk over, still super drunk, and go over and be like, Aries, hey Aries,
Yeah.
can I talk to Hyde? It's been a bit.
Sure. Why not? Like, alright. And I go like this and just
Dude, it's been too long, bro.
Where have you been?
Drunk?
Well, now.
Ah,
But where have you been, love? You've been gone for a really, really long time.
I think I've been here. I don't know though. How's old Hubert doing, huh?
Oh, and I pull him out. I took great care of him for you.
Yeah. And I cast Speak with Plants on Hubert. Dude, Hubert, how you been, bro? How you been, buddy?
Dude, you've not talked to me in so long. It's not cool.
I'm sorry.
You've ignored me for so long, man. It's not
Dude.
cool. You
Dude.
gave me away, man.
No, I didn't give you away, bro. It's just like my buddy Hyde. Like Hyde just needed a pal, and I know you're a pal. And new me is not like a Speak with Plants kind of me. It's more like a stab, kill kind of me. You know?
Dude, I don't like the new you, man. He's not cool, man.
He's not chill, bro.
Not
He's not
It's
kosher.
true. He's not.
He's not
He's
kosher.
not chill.
He's not kosher.
Not chill.
He's not cool,
Yeah.
man. I don't like that dude. He's way too intense, way too worked up.
He's harsh, dude. He's so harsh.
He's
He's
kind of
not
like
mellow.
Aries, man. He's
Yeah.
very much like Aries. Just so.
Yeah. They're just so uptight.
They
Talking
are.
about our-
Yeah.
Talking crap about our other selves. Oh, dude. Man, our other selves are so just. They're uptight, dude.
So
They need to
tight.
mellow out, man. They need to mellow
Oh.
out and relax. It's all chill. It's all easy, man. There's nothing to worry about.
Is it okay if you still hang with Hyde though? I feel like you and Hyde been getting along, you know? Like
Oh,
good.
yeah, we've been
I'm good hanging
talking.
out.
I don't
Yeah,
want
Hyde's,
new me.
Hyde's brilliant, man.
I don't want new me to like break you or something, you know? Like
No, I like hanging out with Hyde. Just don't leave me behind for as long this time, man. It's like
dude.
you're gonna be my best bud, and I don't see you.
I know.
It's
I
not
feel-
cool.
Oh, look, and I like touch the tip that doesn't have the spikes. I touch it, little flower blooms. Yeah, check
Oh.
that out.
Dude.
It's sick, dude. That's accessories, bro.
Oh,
It's accessories.
so cool, man.
That looks amazing, Hubert.
Ah.
I love it, man. I love it. I love you. I love you guys.
We love you too,
I
Hubert.
love you, bro. I miss
I love
it.
you guys. I missed it.
I think this is officially the dumbest conversation in the entire campaign. I mean, like IQ level,
And
not
that's
actual
saying
content.
something. Like, that's the dumbest conversation, and that's saying something because there's some of the conversations that I've had.
Oh, this is great. This is great. I love it.
He's like, all right, buddy, I gotta go because the other Rezz is coming. But I love you.
No, man, don't go.
I got to.
Don't
I got
go.
To, gotta find his daughter, bro. Or guess my daughter. You know, she stabbed my hand, and it hurt.
See, dude, that's not cool. He's getting you hurt. That's not okay.
No, it's not. It's not. It just starts tears are falling. He's like, I don't understand.
It's
I don't
okay,
get it.
Hubert. I'll take good care of you, man.
Yeah, bro.
Take good
Take
care
good
of
care of
Rezz.
your
Take good care of Rezz. I need him to be okay, man. I need him to be
Don't
okay.
worry, man. Aries got the other Rezz okay, but I'll take care of him. If he comes out, I'll come out and I'll make sure he's cool.
You make sure he's okay now.
I will. I will. You got my word, Hubert. You got my word.
I pull after you put Hubert away. This is the last conversation. I promise. I pull Hyde aside and be like, Hyde, I gotta tell you something.
Okay.
I tell you, I put my finger up to her mouth. I gotta let you know a secret.
Okay.
Die.
What?
Now I'm dying.
How?
Kind of. The new form of me, bro, is like eventually gonna consume me completely once it gets all his memories back.
Why? How? Because you're him.
Yeah, but me, not me, is gonna go away. I still have some time. But
I want you to die, man.
I don't either, bro, cause like, but I was created as like a block to protect him. But he doesn't need me anymore. So once I go, he gets his memories back. But then that means I gotta go. I don't want to go.
Boo.
I think you need to teach him everything you know so he still keeps a part of you.
Yeah, he doesn't like hanging out with you or Hubert.
I
He likes
know.
Aries.
He does like Aries. I don't get it.
I don't either. I like you though. You're cool. But look, no matter what happens, like when I go, man, just you gotta take care of Hubert. You know, like he's my heart. He's my soul, bro. He's my best bud.
I'll tell you what. Before you go, if you feel like it's close, just let me know. We'll do one last ride.
Yeah.
We can go into the Feywild and just do
Righteous.
one ride.
Righteous. And I snap back. Oh. Blah.
That's why I
Alright,
end the
loves,
conversation.
it's too cold for me. And I turn back and then Aries is like, pff. Oh, man, this fur.
My head.
All right. Is there any other conversations that anyone is wanting to have? Any other interactions? Anything else?
Droghar is
Just that Aries catch up with Rezz about the conversation she heard in the tent with the. But she doesn't tell Lily, but she tells Rezz.
Rezz is trying to sit here and focus, and he's
Like-
like struggling so bad.
It's like-
He's sitting there, his arms are crossed. He's like, and he just starts to kind of
Yeah,
lean and
just
straighten himself
start
out. Oh,
Droghar is just at the bar, and he's got Stonebreaker on the bar, and he's just got his drink. He's already hammered both plates. He's hammered both plates of food, and they're off to the side. But he's just got a mug of beer and he's just looking at the sword and he's just smiling like a dummy to himself. I mean, he's not drunk, but he's tipsy, so he's just like slowly nodding for no reason. Nobody's around, it's just him.
And then Aries goes up to Lilith and say, "Hey Lilith, let's go to our quarters and leave these boys to do all this ruckus."
Oh, that sounds like a great idea.
And we're both kind of tipsy and just walking away, but we're giggling and laughing and having girly chat.
You both head off to kind of little tent that's been made up for you. There's been one made up for the guys, one made up for the girls. So you both head off. TBD as well, who has been at the party and has been kind of just interacting.
Oh, yeah.
Skating play.
The girls go.
As a Goliath. I
As a
assume.
Goliath.
Everyone around is like Goliath, just interacting. Everyone just assumes it's another Goliath and has just been quite chatting with her, but she heads off to the tent with both of you.
Hilarious.
I'm assuming at
Yeah.
some point that night, Billy the Club came out
Oh, 100%.
Oh, yeah,
in front
Billy
of
the
these
Club.
Goliaths.
Billy the Club was praised mightily at some point during the night. The Goliaths had this talking mace in front of them. Many
That's
of them tried to
aggressive.
wield him, many of them took biting damage.
Oh, that's so good.
But then became a drink game. Like if they couldn't wield it,
How long
got
can you
bit,
hold
they
the
drink.
club?
Gotta see how long they could hold on to him and how long take a bite from Billy. Like, many wounds were had at the hands of Billy the Club. Billy is having the night of his life. He is at the most battle he's had in a long time. But the ladies all head off to their tent. I'm assuming Rezz and Droghar head off to theirs at some point.
Yeah, Droghar is gonna stay up as long as he can with his tribe, just drinking as long and just conversating as long as he can.
Yeah, a lot of the Goliaths kind of stay up and are partying and late into the night. Like they're just drinking.
I
They've
feel like
been
it's
hammered
like-
for so freaking long.
I feel like it's the scene from Jaws where they're in the boat at night and they're showing each other their scars and they're just talking through. them,
Oh
like, "Eh,
yeah. Look, I
This
got
one I got
one."
from Barbarian and axe across chest.
Oh yeah, they're like all like comparing scars and talking war stories
Yeah.
and like some of them are like listening intently to some of your stories and some of the adventures you've gone on. Some of them like just downright don't believe you and think that you're just talking crap and like, no, there's no way. There's no way you sailed here and fought these monsters. There's no way that you went to the Feywild and stuff.
But here's the question: is Droghar stretching the truth just a little bit, like
Oh,
fishing
100%.
stories, just a little bit?
100%.
Oh yeah.
He's saying that
Oh,
he
absolutely.
beat Valron in hand-to-hand combat is what he's saying. So
Oh, well,
Yeah.
Not that Valron killed him.
Go big,
instantly,
go
but
not
big.
that I died instantly. I didn't even get to throw one punch.
Not even one touch, 3 words. They just drop dead.
Oh gosh.
Oops.
Talking about all the animal heads that he carried in the bag that he totally took off himself and carried around with him. It wasn't Arrow and his weird obsession at all. But yeah, he's absolutely like stretching the stories and doing all this stuff. Okay.
Yeah, I
Sorry,
hope
said
that-
something to share.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the night goes on. I'm assuming Rezz heads back to his quarters and kind of collapses in there eventually. If not, just collapsing on the floor somewhere.
he actually doesn't collapse, but he all of a sudden shapes into a tree. And he's just in the corner.
Just a random tree on at the bar /
Yeah.
near the dance floor where everybody was mosh pitting.
Yeah.
There's just a tree there now. And no one's aware that it's Rezz because there's that many new trees and bushes. Everyone just thinks it was one that you grew. No
Oh,
one's
this one,
aware
yeah.
that Rezz is just stuck there sleeping right now. Unconscious. And yeah, Droghar stays up as long as he can with the tribe and sharing stories and connecting with the people that he knew and its family and all that different stuff. And so yeah, Droghar drinks into the night and you guys settle into what was a very kind of calm night in the camp, and you know, as the girls go into their tent as well, it's a lot more heated there as well. There's little campfires going inside, little fires to kind of keep them warm, and very nice, very lots of kind of furs and stuff on the beds. They've got you all set up since you're, not Goliaths and don't want you to freeze to death. Droghar's kind of passing around and kind of head into the evening. Is there anything else that anyone wants to do in the evening? To last check.
I was gonna
How-
say, why did
how
you
many
say
times
that
am I
so
getting-
maliciously?
Hmm?
How many times am I getting peed on as this tree? By these Goliaths.
You
I thought about
are
that
in-
afterwards.
You are in luck, not just have you been peed on a few down, as some of them stagger into you accidentally and start blaming the tree because of how drunk they are and get ready to swing their axe. Luckily for you, they are drunk enough that they do not swing the battle axe into you and cut you down.
Dude.
So you are lucky you do not receive too many injuries. But yeah, I think that's it for the evening. The night carries on and you all sleep it off. Droghar eventually, I'm assuming, just passes out, surrounded
yeah.
by the Goliaths.
Oh yeah,
absolutely
they're
drunk.
he's just in a pile of Goliaths. They're all just passed out.
As it gets to the early morning and everyone's sleeping, Lilith,
Uh-oh.
you start to hear a faint kind of music.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
I know.
It's almost like a soothing kind of flute music. It sounds very similar to kind of what Aries would play, and at first as you're sleeping it kind of starts to stir you, and you initially think that you've kind of like slept a little long and Aries is up and playing, but you wake up and kind of look across the room and Aries is out on her bunk. And you realise that the music playing is kind of coming from outside the tent.
I go to check it out.
As you get up and head outside the tent, you see the carnage that has ensued from what happens when a tribe of Goliaths drink to the early hours of the morning, and there is bodies strewn everywhere. You have seen battle scenes and they have not looked like car crashes as much as these Goliaths on a drinking binge look. Like it's bad. They are everywhere. There's some upside down. Somebody's hanging upside down with their legs trapped in Rezz, who's now a tree in the corner.
I didn't
Have you got
realize
up-
that Goliaths were such exhibitionists.
It's like you have no idea how they got to the places they are. There's some that are on top of tents. There are some that are like one is practically sleeping in a fire. He is so close to it. They are passed out completely just where they are. Droghar completely unconscious at the bar. Just
Lilith, she quickly uses her thaumaturgy and snuffs the fire so it doesn't get burned.
You snuff out the fire and save that poor Goliath from burning to death. But you hear the music kind of coming from like a kind of back corner of the camp where there really isn't anybody. And as you are now out, you also start to see a kind of green glow coming from there too. Do you want to check it out, or do you want to stay where you are? What do you want to do?
Yes, I will check it out.
You head to the secluded part of the camp and kind of head back there and follow the sound of the music. The green light starts to get a little bit brighter. And as you get to this back part of the camp, you see Vauron sitting on a kind of stump of a tree, just sitting, just completely relaxed, just playing a tune on Looks like a little flute, just looking like he's not got a care in the world. As you start to approach him, he stops playing and kind of looks up. There's a smile come across his face. Good evening, my dear.
You know, you could just take out the entire Reforge and save us all of this trouble.
I could, but what would be the point in that?
I don't know. Saving some time?
Not my battle, not my war.
Well,
At the end of the day, this world fades away, and whether the Reforged win, whether the Goliaths come in as salvation of Andriesia, it's all going to be gone.
you
Remember
should
what I told
stick
you,
that
dear.
on a pillow.
Remember what I told you, dear. Bigger picture.
Yeah.
Sorry it's been some time since I checked in with you. I hope you've noticed me sending you some things your way, but yeah, your little group caused a little bit of trouble on your way out of the Fae.
Yeah, my group almost turned on me when they thought that you were favoring me.
Am I not?
I mean, I guess you are.
I protect those close to me. Would you rather I'd left you at the mercy of the...
I guess not.
I mean, if you want to be angry at what I did, that's absolutely fine. Just tell me what I did wrong. Sorry I put a magic shield around you to protect you from Reforged attack. Sorry I sent a little guiding light to show you the right way to come up and speak to the Goliaths, and just because this stuff isn't as important to me doesn't mean it's not important to you. You want to do this little trick with your group, I'm going to step in, help a little. I'd have came and done some more, and I would have came and talked with you sooner, but, you know, you and your group kind of killed one of the Sisters of Woe, and that caused a power vacuum, and the other sisters were mad, and I kind of had to do some damage control on that. You guys did a lot more damage than I was expecting. Kudos to all of you. And I should have gave them a lot more credit when they had a powerful sorcerer like you in their corner. Of course your group did damage.
Oh, stop. No, don't stop.
I just wanted to come and check on you. I mean, it seemed like your friend, the cat, was having an interesting conversation with you.
I would like it if you didn't eavesdrop and follow me everywhere.
What can I say? I like to take an interest. I want to make sure you're safe and you're okay. And maybe it was a good thing I checked in. From what the cat was saying, I think you might have hit the nail on the head. These people don't seem to be very good at making decisions. Every ally they try to make seems to turn on them. Every person close to turns their back. All they seem to know is betrayal. If all they know is betrayal, then how long before they end up betraying you?
I think they're a little naive. But that might be why they're still alive.
No, they're a lot naive, and they're still alive from sheer dumb. That's why they're still alive.
I don't know. I think they're still alive because they care about each other and they have each other's backs.
Perhaps. Perhaps that means they just get to die with someone near them. And be honest with me, do you really think this Goliath tribe has a chance against the Reforged?
I don't know. I've barely encountered them. I don't know. I really don't know anything about either side of that.
Then why waste your time finding out about it now? You are so powerful and deserve to be above all of this. You could be a goddess and you are being dragged down into the fight of ants. It is meaningless and pointless and will waste away within years, let alone decades and centuries and turns of this plane. You asked me before why I don't help. It's because what's the point? What's the point in helping one side of lowly insects that are going to fade away win over the other? When at the end, there's so much more going on.
Oh, I think the reason I care is because my sister cared. My sister cared about these people, and now that she's gone, I can't be with her. I just want to protect them because I know that's what she would want me to do for her.
I know you cared deeply about your sister. But she also made her choice. And you seen what her final choice was, and I know you don't totally agree with that. She chose to
Family.
give up her life in the Feywild with a bunny who you think is not even close to worthy of it. Said it yourself. Why were you even there to save him? But, I know you do have your loyalty to your sister, the people that she seemed to trust. Okay, I've told you before. I cared deeply for you. And I don't want you to throw everything away on something so small and insignificant when you could do so much more and be so much more. I want to see you reach that potential, to reach great heights. Why settle for one little turn of this plane that's going to burn away when you could have the entire multiverse of options at your fingertips and open to you? Why help save this plane? What are you saving? And let me ask you, do any of these people truly care about you? Have any of them taken an interest in you? Have any of them even asked you your opinion on any of this? Or have you just been stuck along for the ride?
I don't know. Maybe I have. But I don't know. I feel like they've asked me.
What? Asked you what?
Just about myself and my background.
Well done. They asked you basic questions of being a person. They've asked you basic stuff that most people would ask, but does your opinion actually matter to them? Does your input actually matter to them? Are you actually part of this group that is significant?
I don't know.
You are an amazing person for a group like this to take such advantage of you. I mean, I heard the conversation that they all had when they found out we had been talking and that I had protected you against the Reforged. They were all quick to say stuff against me, and I get it, they are not fans of mine. I'm not exactly particularly fond of any of them, to be completely honest with you. I don't think I've made that a secret at this point. I'm not a fan of them. But have any of them actually talked to you about it? Like talked to you and with you and had conversations about it? Or have they talked at you and told you what you should think?
I don't know. I don't feel comfortable with this conversation.
You know why? Because I'm providing you the truth. Lilith, I'm not going to lie to you. This is your choice. If you want to stick with this group and go this journey, that is completely up to you. That is, I will not take offense. I will be upset, but I will not take offense at it. It's your choice. But do you really want to pick a group that doesn't care about you at all? Are they really friends? Or are they just people you've been lumped in with? Are they seeking you to reach your full potential and how powerful you could be, how amazing you could be, how much of a goddess you could be compared to everything around you? Or are you stuck on their level? You can choose to live like an ant like them, but it would be such a waste. I obviously want you to be with me. I've made that abundantly clear. And the honest truth is, eventually an answer will need to come and you will need to, but it is your choice. I just want you to really think about that choice and not just go along with one of them. Because it's the current thing you're doing, or it feels like, oh, this could be the right option. I want you to truly think about what is best for you. Because I promise you, not a single one of those fools in there is thinking about what's best for you. Every one of them gives each other a say, an opinion. Each one of them takes each other's feelings into consideration. And you are seen as a tag-along, an add-on at the end. You're just part of the group and you have saved their asses so many times with your power. They would be dead so many times over if it was not for your magic, and you do not even get thanked for that. I just wanted to make sure you truly thought about it. It is late. I'll let you go and get some more sleep. But if you ever need me, just call for me and I will be here.
I will.
He takes your hand, kisses it. You have a good night, my dear. A green flame appears around him and he disappears. Does Lilith do anything else, or does she head back to her tent?
I think she just drops her shoulders and looks out at the moon for a little bit and then just goes back to her tent.
She takes the time to just sit in the snow and just look at the night sky. Feels the silence around camp as everyone at this point is well beyond passed out, so she hears a couple of like cracklings of a few fires like within the tents and stuff, but even up here there's no, just like further down in the forest, there's no animals, there's nothing up here, so it's just the fire crackling in the moonlight. It's actually very serene, quiet, and even kind of beautiful just to see the fire, hear the fire crackling and look out over the snow and the moon. You know, it'd be absolutely stunning if it wasn't for all the Goliaths just unconscious everywhere. But after kind of sitting and thinking and processing a little bit, she kind of picks herself up, takes a breath and heads back into her tent and goes back down to lay down. As the night continues and it rolls on and the sun rises and dawn breaks over the Goliath camp and the sunlight hits all the unconscious bodies in the central part and bar of the camp, it is the next morning. What does everyone do?
So I want to make note that up to this point, Rezz is actually starting to grow a beard a little bit. It's coming in. So he turns back into a person. He's like, "What the hell?"
Immediately, Goliath lands in front of him that was hanging upside down in the tree.
Oh!
He turns back.
And I look at the Goliath. They're like, hey buddy, you get off me, okay?" Oh god.
Not even close to budging. Like, he is out.
And I'll transform my body into like my vines, and I'll or you know what I'll do? I'll mold earth where I kind of sink in a little bit, and then I'll like slide out from under it.
The
And
ground
pop
just
back
starts
up,
to like dip where you are, but just enough that they are
pull
in the
myself out.
Goliath, so that you
No.
can slip out and then just kind of put it back underneath them. Like, there we go.
I dust myself off. I like tap him. Okay, and I walk out. Is there? Would there be a blacksmith somewheres out here?
There is, but he is currently unconscious with the rest of the Goliath. There is a blacksmith tent with stuff at it, but he is not there at the moment. It's first thing in the morning.
Okay. I'll.
So can
And-
we do
and
anything
you-
this morning, or is everyone just passed out?
Well, the Goliaths have passed it. Like, you guys, like, the ladies went to bed first, and then Rezz drunk himself to passing out. But when Rezz did that, they were still going hard. Like, Droghar is, like, not moved for a number of hours, and it's very unlikely he will for a number more.
I'm just gonna wait around till the blacksmith wakes up because I need to chat with him. But what I'll do, as I'm sitting there, just kind of at the bar waiting for everybody to wake up, I'll look at my bag and I notice something. And hey, Rezz, Daddy, what the hell is that? Oh, dude, I found it. I don't know what that's supposed to be, but it looks messed up. Oh, I don't know. Maybe we could get it fixed, though. Oh, okay. And he kind of like moves it, like he sticks his hand in the bag and moves it over. And as he does, he finds a cloak that he hasn't seen in a very, very, very long time, and he slowly out of his bag pulls out it's this almost like this very dull blue cloak that Rezz used to wear in his assassin days. It was the Deathbringer cloak.
I'll actually send it to you right now, what the Deathbringer cloak is.
Slowly pulls it up. This dark blue. And he's drenched on his lap. And he looks at the Goliath, and he looks kind of look over at his scythe, and he puts it on for the first time in a very, very long time, probably decades, and it fits him really well again.
So I've sent it in the group chat as well. That's the Deathbringer cloak.
Ooh.
Nice. Dude, that looks sick.
Wait.
With the mask and everything? Shoot.
Yeah, so the mask is like up in the hood and it can be pulled down over the face.
Nice.
Rezz will pull it back, and he'll put the mask on, and he'll just feel it, and he's like, "My old friend, it's been a while since I've done this." Huh. And I'll pull it back. So yeah, I'm just going to wait till the blacksmith wakes up.
Alright, so you're waiting for the blacksmith. Everyone else, anything anyone's doing this morning? Or...
Sleeping.
I wake up. Do I notice any temperament change with Lily?
I don't know, make me an insight check.
Hold on.
Are you trying to hide if there's anything different in your temperaments? If there is, you can roll a deception check if you like.
I don't know.
We're
Am
trying-
I?
Up to you.
I
If you're
don't-
not, you don't have to. But
Oh, I don't have to. I don't want to.
Okay. I got 16.
16. Lilith, is there any change in your temperament this morning, do you feel, after your conversation with Valron?
No.
Okay.
That's convincing.
I was gonna say, either that's the front that you're trying to do, you're horribly failing at it, or
So I would say on a 16, like, you seem that she's maybe a little bit off from what she is, but not necessarily like anything like really
Like
standing out
huge,
to
yeah.
you. Like it could be, you notice there's a difference, but like at this point with that, it could be anything. Like it could be just everything that happened yesterday. It could be something that someone said. It could be, you don't necessarily know.
so I just walk up to her and I just honestly say, "Hey, you okay?"
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm just a little hungover.
Yeah. You know that I'm pretty good at deception. You're not. But it's okay.
Yeah.
You don't have to tell me unless you want to. But I just want to let you know I really enjoyed last night. That was a lot of fun with you, from what I can remember. The last few bits are kind of fuzzy, but I remember before, and that was fun.
I had a great time. And that's not fake.
No, I could tell that one. But maybe when we get back into we stop the Reforge, you, me, and Aurelia could go do something. I once did a stealth mission with her, and that was really fun. We almost died, but that was fun.
I feel like that's just the running thing here. We almost die all the time.
As they're
So
talking,
I figured
Droghar screams himself awake in the background
Jeez.
as loud as he can.
It's
that was so scary.
it. You know, you're
Droghar
not
almost
wrong.
like says bolting up at the bar.
And then one by one, all the Goliaths start yelling because they're all getting woken up by this scream. So
They
it's
all
like a
wake up.
screaming dominoes.
It sounds like a war cry. It's like so they all just wake up and join in. Think about it.
The whole
Is
mountain
this a
is like
normal
shaking.
thing?
The whole mountain is like shaking.
The yelling is no.
Does he
But-
do this often?
Yeah, but apparently everyone does for his tribe. The screaming's new, but the dying is not. We do get into a lot of trouble. I think that's the price we pay for hanging out with each other.
Oh.
As the Goliaths are all waking up now, they all kind of stagger back up onto their feet, all still a bit hungover, and stagger over to the food tent, which is still got a bunch of food in it, and most of them start grabbing stuff and eating some sort of breakfast from there. And you see some of them kind of starting to mull about and go back to their own tents, and some of them start to go and move
I'll
over to stuff.
as the blacksmith starts heading out, I'll like kind of snap into old Rezz. Hey, dude. Hey, you're a blacksmith, right?
Mm-hmm.
I pull out something, but the others don't see. I kind of discreetly pull it out. Can you fix this?
Shh. Too loud.
Can
Too
you
loud.
fix that?
Why are you screaming at me? What? Speak up, man.
I just hand it to him. Repair.
You hand it to him.
Oh.
What have you handed him?
It's the thing I text you about.
Ah, yes. He looks at it and he's like, I can try. I don't know if this is something that's meant to be forged, but I can try.
Well, just like as best you can. Like, it doesn't have to be perfect, but it's for a friend.
Okay. I will try my best. Come back and see me and I will see what I can do with it.
Thank you. Oh, check this out. And I'll put on the I pull over the hood and it's like the glaring death eyes.
Look.
You notice that he all of a sudden stands perfectly still.
And I take it off. Uh-oh.
Congratulations, you paralyzed the blacksmith with the basilisk stare at your mask.
I'll slowly just take a step back and go.
He did not have a strong constitution to fight against it. He is hungover first thing in the morning.
As he pulls it over to it, makes like a noise. It's like
He'll be fine in a couple of minutes. Just he'll be good.
I'll slowly take the hood off and just go sit down and just like. Oh.
Eventually, the blacksmith regains himself. He's not having a good start to his day.
Oh, poor blacksmith.
And he starts like working away on the item. While he's working on that, does anyone else want to do anything this morning? Any other chats or conversations or anything y'all want to do?
Droghar's probably going to go to his father's tent and talk with his father about just high-level plans, the Reforged, what they're going to be up against, and all that good stuff, and the Maker specifically.
Yeah, so you go to visit with your father, and he's in his tent and kind of starting to talk to some of the generals about the battle ahead and kind of going over stock of what they have and weapons and armor and what they have to go into fight with. Like, Droghar, Come join us. We're just starting to discuss the upcoming battle.
Hey, Father. The one thing you should know is that the one who leads the Reforged, the Metal Men, goes by the name the Maker. He is incredibly powerful, and he did this to me. He took my arm, and he would have taken the rest of me if it weren't for my friends. Which is what they do. They take you and make you metal. And remove your brain, your thoughts, whatever makes you, they take that away. And now you're a soldier for Maker. It will be a tough fight.
It will be the toughest fight we have ever had.
Whoop.
But we will gear up. We'll get our weapons, our armor, and we will fight. We will take the fight to them.
Speaking of, Father, I've had these gauntlets, well, gauntlet, for a while now. Do we have any spare armor in the armory that I can take, use?
We should
Doesn't-
have some spare for you, Droghar. He gives you a gauntlet that looks like his. It's the gauntlet that comes over the hand and up the wrist and like up the arm, so it's like the whole arm is covered. And whereas your last one was kind of a little bit metal to it, but more leathery, this is like, it's almost like a light armor on it, so that like it's still very flexible. You can move, and it's almost like scales, whereas like it moves and it
Yeah.
bends.
Nice.
The different pieces of it, along the
Does this-
fingers, along the hand.
Does this
the
gauntlet
arm.
have some stones in it?
This one does not.
Five.
Boo.
Different colored stones.
Kind of pulls his arm up and like flexes his finger and his wrist and his elbow. This is nice. This is way nicer.
And what was
than
your previous gauntlet? It was a
It was a plus.
one.
It was a +1. My AC is 13, so
Yeah, so this one is definitely the gauntlet is +2, so it would take you
Okay.
up to 15.
nice.
If you got armor, and then he also finds you kind of like a basic leather armor as well.
Okay.
Or I don't want to give you anything too heavy
But yeah.
for Droghar because you have benefits to not having armor.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
But he finds you kind of like a leather armor that's metal, kind of like laced through it
Mm-hmm.
to reinforce it. And that also boosts your AC by 1 as well. So overall,
Sweet.
that you get a +3. So
Nice.
you should be
Sweet.
at least a 16 now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Isn't
Sweet.
that-
Thanks, dude.
So you have a kind of basic war armor, and then the gauntlet is exactly the ones that your father wears.
So we kind of like beats
Alright,
his
so how
chest.
much money? Oh, sorry.
No, go for it.
I was gonna say, how much money did I end up with?
I will say you managed to keep the 900 gold.
Hey,
Nice.
890.
890 gold. Yes.
The bar is free because it is a Goliath Camp. Most of them wanted you to pay for it because anyone saying they're paying for beer for them is just a highlight, but they didn't actually take any money off of you.
Nice.
And you left. By the time you left, they were all drunk, so none of them thought about doing anything to get the money back.
There we go.
Beer should
So
be
you-
free.
Yeah, I gotta
Right.
pay out.
So you managed to get away with the 900, I will say, because that was a very smart tool, and you rolled like high.
Dude,
on that.
yeah.
So I will like.
The shortest
it-
Goliath ever.
Plus, it has been a long time since you guys have had any action.
Yeah.
I
I mean, to
literally.
be fair, you could do jack all with it.
True.
Andriesia's like in ruins, but you know,
That's true.
Get
enjoy it.
I mean, I set up a whole enterprise before we left, and it burned to the ground.
I know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I've got my beer in the bar, and I'm getting a cut of it, and the bar burned down.
Mhm. He was trying to make a monopoly.
I was, man.
But you all start to kind of get involved in the war planning. And as you start to prep stuff for it, basically it's factor of facing off with the Warforged, that the Goliaths are intending to try and take the brunt of the fight. Like any of the Warforged that you've seen, the Warforged that were in the streets, the Goliaths are going to basically be the distraction and take them on head on to hopefully buy you all the opportunity to get to the Maker. Because Droghar had made that point that like that was the biggest thing, was to take him out. Take out the head of the group. So their plan is to basically fight the Reforged head on. So that's kind of the plan that everyone is currently working with. That's the plan that everyone has got for. Does anyone have any other stuff they want to input for the war plan?
Not for the war plan, but I do have one more thing I want to do before I leave.
Yeah, absolutely.
I want to go to the armorer, and I want to ask him if, well, I'll just, yeah, I want to ask him if he can etch into my Warforged arm. So I basically want my matching birthmark tattoos on the Warforged arm, basically.
We can do this.
Can you make it
shoots
blue, same color? I want them to see me coming with their arm, with our markings.
I can try. I don't know if I've worked with this sort of material before, but I can definitely try. So he gets you to kind of sit and position the arm. It's the first time he's worked with something that's like attached to someone while he's working on it. But you see him kind of like chiseling and denting and trying to shape and mark out like indents. So it's like the markings aren't just painted on the arm, but they're actually dented in. And then he's able to layer like blue onto it so that it matches all your tattoos on your right arm on the other side. Put them together. There.
Also, I assume I have time to get my item back, right?
Yes, you do. We were going to do that as well.
Yeah.
So
You come back over while he's getting that done, and because it's the same dude, it's only one armorer. It's not that big of a camp. And he says, "Ah, yes, my strange blue friend that froze me solid. Thank you for that."
Yeah. That was probably my mask. It's pretty spooky. You want to see it again?
No, please don't do that
Okay.
again. I have things I need to do. I can't afford to stand still for however long it took me to get free of it. But I do have that item for you, and he hands you like a box with it in it.
Ooh,
There
fancy.
you are. It may not be exactly as it was, but I did my best to kind of be creative with my own flair. Because
And I open the box. Ooh, my friend will like it. He'll like it a lot. Close it and put it back in my bag.
right, if there's anything else you need, let me know.
Okay.
As I'm walking back, I'm gonna see all those plants and flowers that Rezz grew last night when he was just hammered off his gourd. And I'm
There
gonna
are so many plants and trees. Like,
I'm
in this
just gonna be
camp.
foraging through them, and I find the one pink flower that I find that I can see.
Rez, as you're doing that, Rez is standing there listening to the screams as you forage through.
And I pluck it from the ground.
We're just tearing through this. Ah,
I could have just made one. Why didn't you do that?
I'm like ripping them out, and then I find
little
this one
bushes
pink
fly
one.
in, bits of trees. Ah, there it is.
He doesn't know what he's doing.
Rez is just
He knows
traumatized.
not what
now.
he does.
And you find it. You find one pink flower.
And I just kind of slowly walk up as silently as I can beside Lilith. And I kind of like bend down and hand her the flower. I found you these. Are you good?
You.
You good? Did you drink too
Yeah,
much?
I'm good. Yeah.
It was awesome, right? This is like every night here.
I don't know if I can handle that.
Well, I just want
Uh.
to say thank you for coming.
I just want to say thank you for not getting everybody killed.
It was kind of touch and go for a second. I did not know what was going to happen.
He killed a bunch of the plants.
Actually, Droghar, I asked Aries this too, and she made me feel a little bit better. But
Okay.
do you think that this is real and that they're really going to help us?
The thing with Goliath is number one important thing is honor with them, which is honestly why I came back. They would not have listened unless we did what we did yesterday. Goliath will not turn on our word. The only one that did was me. The only one I know of that's ever done anything like that was me. So, I would say, if they say they're going to fight, they're going to fight. They love to fight. That's what they live for. That's what they're born for. That's what they train for. It's in their genetics. It's what they do. There's no better fighter. Now, magic, on the other hand, is foreign to us. Like stuff you do, you could probably wipe out full village. But, hand to hand, weapon to weapon, no one can be matched with Goliaths. So, I give you my word.
Okay. It's just not what I expected to happen.
How so? Were you afraid they wouldn't come with us, or they would turn on us?
I mean, there is a track record.
That's true.
I just didn't want it to happen again. My head's still spinning.
I will say our group trust really easy, as obviously evidenced very
I don't
recently
like that.
from Rezz. But I will say, you can't know through friendship, through whatever, without trust. Sometimes you need to take a leap. You need to trust even when you are not sure. Sometimes it works, sometimes not, obviously. But when it does, it's awesome.
We're never gonna let Rezz forget.
Yeah, I love the fact that Rezz is completely blamed for that, even though you went on quite happily that guy's. Yeah, we're all friendly, and it's like because you've been
Once
he's constantly
again,
blamed.
it's happened literally to every single one of you.
It hasn't happened to me.
Do we need to go through an arrow the first time?
The thing is, it's happened to you.
Every
It's
time.
happened to you like
Werewolves.
4 times though.
Yeah.
The first time.
I was gonna say, there's a pattern with a specific person in our group.
See, Lilith ain't that
The werewolves were not my fault.
trusting, so she hasn't been betrayed quite as much as you guys.
To be fair, the werewolves, though, we were out in the middle of nowhere, we needed a place to stay. And there was monsters.
Yep, and they were some of them.
Yes, that is
Yep.
true.
All I know is,
Pick your
as long as
poison.
we're not fighting gnomes, I think we're good. So
I know, it's always the
I
gnomes.
need an army of gnomes. I need it.
Oh,
Please.
oh, I'm
Taking
twitching.
note of that for future session.
Oh.
Army of Gnomes.
Yes. We need this.
All right. As you all prepare, get ready to depart, and the camp is being prepared. And get ready, the Goliaths are getting ready to go to war. the Reforged.
Hmm.
And that is where we're going to end it for this evening.
Woo! Dude.
Alrighty.
That was
That was a
awesome.
good one tonight.
A great one.
Yep.
So yeah, thank you so much for everyone who has joined us for this evening. Thank you as well to the raids that we had come in, the people that stopped in, left lurks. There was a bunch of people that popped in during the stream, so thank you so much for coming in. If you hung about, if you kept here with the raids, thank you so much. And if you've liked what you've seen tonight, whether you're on Twitch, Kick, or YouTube, drop us a follow, drop us a subscribe, and keep up to date with all the stuff that we're doing here. We are continuing this every Monday evening, doing Chronicles of Andriesia, and also have the Book of Astra on Sunday evenings as well. Not this coming Sunday, but the following Sunday we'll be back with that as we recover.
Because the GM just has to not be here.
Yeah, if he's
The
not
GM
going
has to be
here,
over there.
The GM
yeah, that
thinks he's trying to
sucky
kill us.
GM who's like
I know, right?
disappearing and
Who's headed to see almost everybody.
Well,
on
he
this
did
stream.
kill us. He killed
Pretty
Boxy.
much.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, that's a Book of Astra. We need to come
We
back
did.
and deal with the fact that one of them died last time. So
Yeah.
But thank you so much for everyone that has joined us tonight. We of course will be back throughout the week. I will be back tomorrow and on Thursday with some more Mass Effect 2 as I have kicked that off in our playthrough of the Mass Effect games. And then on Friday, I believe I should be back with more Evil Within. I got past the bit that I was getting stuck at and got frustrated with, so I should be able to continue the game. My wife is currently petting her cat that is falling asleep in her lap. I don't know if you can see that on
Aw.
stream now.
It is. It's hard to see because I'm wearing a black shirt, but
There is a cat there. Oh, there she is.
And I think in lieu, I could
Yeah,
be totally wrong, but I think in lieu of Book of Astra this week, I think LJ might be streaming, but we
Yeah,
will
I need
put
to
an
double check,
announcement.
but I believe that LJ.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think
cut
he
out.
wanted to go back to doing that. Oh, did I cut out?
Yeah, your voice
Yeah.
cut out for a second.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. So on Sunday, with Book of Astra not being on, we believe LJ is going to be playing more of Outlast 2. I will confirm with him, and we'll be posting that on social media to keep you all up to date. But he started playing that with one of the channel redemptions, so I believe he's going back to that on Sunday. And then, of course, next Monday we'll be back with Chronicles of Andriesia, and the Goliaths are going to war.
Nice.
Raw. So thank you so much for joining us this evening. Keep up to date with us on all of our social. Keep up to date with everything that's going on with Comics in the Cross. Head over and join our Discord if you haven't already, so that we can keep chatting with you throughout the week. We're actually getting pretty active over there. We're
Yeah,
getting pretty good
for
at
real.
posting on Discord now.
We
used to
really
be
are.
really awful at
We
it.
were
We're actually
awful.
getting better at it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we barely used it properly, but we've actually been posting over there a lot and having
Yeah.
chats. So please come join the conversations, and we will see you all throughout the week. And remember, it is a good week to be a geek. Take care and have a good night, everyone. Peace.
Yeah.